I broke one of your glasses, but I've yet to like knock over a full glass. That's a good thing.
It was my favorite glass, though.
I apologize. It just went over, man. Hey, I'm Adam.
I'm Bryan.
Back with another episode of Buds and Suds. You know we can't stay away from stouts. Even in the warm, almost summer weather, we can't stay away from stouts.
We're in the shade. We need a stout.
Yeah. So we reviewed a couple of these 10W-40 variants. This is High Wire out of Asheville, North Carolina. So this one we have not had yet, and we're very excited about. This is the salted caramel chocolate bar 10W-40. It's an 8% stout with everything it says: chocolate, caramels. It's post-tray caramels, by the way, brand name. Vanilla, lactose, and sea salt. So, you know, the majority of these, you guys can look at our reviews, little thin and kind of generic as far as the flavors, you know, not getting a big pop of the adjuncts. But
most of them are pretty good.
But they're all decent stouts. So I'm hoping to get more of the adjuncts in this one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get some candy bar here.
All right, it's dark. I mean, it is pretty dark. 8%, heads dissipated. There was no head. Did you see that?
Say no.
They were really big bubbles that just kind of popped and went down.
No carbonation at all.
I mean, not much holding the glass. A little bit, 8%. Let's get a nose. Yeah, this is how these smell, like a roasted malt.
It smells like roasted malt.
I could almost get coffee out of it.
I was going to say caramel. Like
do you get it?
Caramel.
You love that, though.
I do. I love
I hope you get your caramel.
So it might be from like the roasted malt plus a little bit of sweetness, because the lactose plus roasted malt can kind of almost smell like caramel.
Sometimes I can get that lactose aroma, if there is one, just that kind of sweet, sugary. But yeah, it kind of goes with that roasted malt. But cheers.
All right, let's see. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's more, like I said, these are real nondescript for me. Like if you gave me this blonde, I think I would have said
stout.
Maybe coffee stout. I almost get this coffee flavor to it.
Yeah, I get the roast to it. You know, the Russian Imperial Stout roast. I feel like I get some chocolate, but I can't say I get much of the other flavors.
No, it's thin. You know, they all are. It's not. It's bittersweet chocolate. It's not sweet. It's not overly sweet. It's nowhere near that. But it's not a huge bitter Russian Imperial Stout. It's not overpowering. Maybe a hint of a burnt sugar, but
yeah, I would agree.
Again, with all that, the chocolate, caramel, vanilla, lactose, sea salt, I was hoping for more, and it's pretty much what I expected. Like these, it's rare that I get one of these. Like, oh, the adjuncts are popping. It's really base stout. All these 10W-40s with very subtle hints of some of the adjuncts.
So what they need to do is just turn it up a notch.
I mean,
to
triple.
11. Like they need to turn to 11.
To 11 is a good. So again, you know, these aren't bad beers. They are enjoyable. They're very drinkable. It's just always a disappointment to me with the names and the flavors and the expectations are not met.
Probably coming off in our attitude, because it's not a bad beer. I mean, I'm going to give it a 4. I think it's a decent beer.
It's a 4 for me too.
I would drink it. I would order it. I mean, look at the name though, and I would really hope to get more of that stuff. And we're probably spoiled if we hadn't had, you know, some Bottle Logic stuff and you know, some really big name, huge candy bar type stouts.
Right.
We probably would say, well, this is pretty good.
Right.
But we've had some that are so much better, and that's part of the problem. We
have like a local brew pub here that gets kind of the bigger craft brews, and this is the type of beer, like you said, if it was sitting on their board, I'd be like, yeah, give me a 10W-40, give me that. That's a good one, you know. And but again, you just have to know, like, you read these labels and you're like, oh yeah. It never lives up to what it describes in my mind, but they are drinkable and they're good. So it's a 4 for me. Part of that's a disappointment score. It's not a bad beer.
I think it's pretty good, and what I like about it is it doesn't come off as a lactose stout. It's got a little sweetness to it, which could be from the lactose, could be from the vanilla, but it's well blended with the roasted malt. And
agreed.
I can't say, I might even get a little bit of the sea salt, just something a little salty in there. It's hard to say if that's the caramel or the sea salt, but put all that together, and you know, it's not a bad beer. It's drinkable.
I agree. It's quite tasty. Solid stout. Agree. I think you said no big lactose powdery mess. You know, it's just like I said. It's just not as billed for me with all those descriptors, but 4 might be part of a disappointment score.
Yeah.
I could see someone giving it a 4.25.
Yeah, I could see a 4.25.
But yeah.
Probably more like a 4+, really,
yeah,
to be honest
with you. It's kind of thin, so... Anyway, not to hate on it too much, but I've pretty much got this down now. I get these. I always get 1 can just to see. Some of them have been like I had a jelly donut one that was not my style, but other than that, they're all kind of like this for me. But anyway,
but worth trying.
Worth trying, yeah. If I hated it, I wouldn't keep getting 1 can.
Right.
I'd be like, no, not this time. Yeah. So I always get 1 can to see if they ever do
nail it.
Yeah, just nail it. But. Anyway, we'll sit and sip on this one, and we got a good one coming up next. So,
yes, we do.
As always, guys, if you can have the beer you love the beer you have. Thanks.